Good afternoon, everybody. I will first start with a little bit of introduction about what GoDesi is, and so that you guys have a context. We're a startup, so not many of you might know what we do. So we are our mission is to make Desi popular. What we do is we make Desi treats. Some of our products are like this, Desi Pops, which is basically a tamarind pulp on a stick. It's the Desi version of a lollipop. We have things like multiple flavors here. Then we have Desi Bites, which are sun-dried fruits with Indian spices. Then we have Desi Meetha, and then we have Desi Mints. So why am I here and talking about, Go Desi and Aprat? So today I want to talk about what is our philosophy towards sustainability, and therefore rethinking sustainable growth is what my topic is. So if I had to start is first defining sustainability. To define sustainability, let's start backwards. What is unsustainable? Unsustainable is something which cannot be continued, something which cannot go on. In today's context, this would mean the regular way of the world, the disregard of environment as a stakeholder that we have in our daily lives, and it is important here to ask for whom is it unsustainable? It is unsustainable for us as a species. Earth has been here for 4.5 billion years. Life arrived around 2.5 billion years ago, and we arrived only 130,000 years ago. That is less than 0.003% of the entire age of Earth. So the point here is that Earth was here long before we came. Earth would continue to be here long after we depart. Now it is up to us to decide how long can we sustain ourselves on this 1 in a million planet. So it's a lot of selfish interest that we have to talk about sustainability. Progress. I want to talk about here a little bit of progress. How do we sustain? We sustain ourselves by balancing the act of our daily modern day life, which is full of comfort, full of modern day conveniences, advancement with the needs of the environment. This brings me to a key point which we as sustainability advocates often miss. Every advancement of us as a species has come at a cost of energy, whether it is farming, whether it is domesticating animals, whether it is invention of the wheel, whether it is development of medical science which makes us live longer, the internet, the Bitcoin, the Web 3.0, every single thing has a cost of energy. Even this TEDx conference is leading to some emissions. Therefore, sustainability is a balancing act. As you can see, almost everything that we do leads to some sort of carbon emissions. As Patagonia's founder Yvon Chouinard says, there's a better word rather than sustainability, which is responsibility. This is the key lens through which we look at sustainability at GoDesi. As soon as responsibility becomes your lens, business decisions become non-zero-sum game decisions, a win-win game. No one has to lose for the business to win. Every stakeholder can and should win for a business to be sustainable. Let me take you through our responsibility process at GoDesi. Step 1 is to recognize the impact of our own actions. We as a packaged food brand selling Indian treats, our day-to-day activities involves processing, sourcing, manufacturing our treats, packaging them, distributing them, and therefore we do audit every single of our activities to understand the extent of emissions that are caused by it. Step 2 is to optimize the impact. We break down activities to understand what we can do to minimize and offset the impact that is without adversely affect the business. You know what the most brilliant part is? These hard decisions, doing the right thing, meaning something good for the environment and other stakeholders, most often than not is really a great decision for our organization as well. Let me give you some examples. When we were setting up our unit, which is up for you to display, we chose a small village called Manangi Grama in Sira, near around 80-90 kilometers from Bangalore. When we looked at our manufacturing process, we decided to go more human intervention rather than machinery. Even today, when we manufacture more than 5 million pops a month, 60% of our process is manual. We do not use any heating process in our entire manufacturing of Desi Pops. During the harvest piece, we source our products, source our raw material directly from the farmers directly. So therefore, more than 50% of our raw materials is sourced within a 50-kilometer radius of the factory itself. We hire more than 250 women who work in this unit, and therefore they have access to continuous employment. These 250 women were earlier working as day laborers, and they did not have access to employment, and they were going at least 60 to 100 kilometers further away to get their daily jobs. Now they have access to consistent employment for more than 4 years. They have access to ESI facilities, bank accounts which give access to regular credit, regular health and dental checkup. As I also mentioned that our factory being near the tamarind belt, more than 50% of our tamarind is sourced within 100 kilometers of factory. All of this means that Godesi's manufacturing is one of the most carbon efficient process. It is as good as making pops in your own kitchen. Now you would ask as to why does this even make sense for us business? You said win-win. But let me tell you how did it impact the business profitably. Setting up in Sira meant that our rental costs are less than 50% or 1/5 of the total rental costs in Bangalore. Manufacturing the original way with human intervention meant that our setting up costs were extremely low and therefore much better return on capital employed. More importantly, we were able to walk the talk. We are talking about authenticity. We are a consumer brand. So therefore, it enabled us to make sure to tell our consumers that we manufacture the Desi Pops the same way that you had enjoyed it in your past, in your childhood. And this resulted Desi Pops sourcing locally also meant that we can identify every single tree from where the Desi Pops has come from. And as you would imagine, this ensures that we maintain the highest quality standard. Our manufacturing has also become the greatest moat because it takes time for any other company to set up such a complicated manufacturing process. So this is what I mean that this is a win-win situation. So by doing the right thing, we were able to create a fantastically sustainable manufacturing process for us. Another example that I want to quote or talk about is that we ship more than 10,000 orders on a monthly basis. We have sent out till now more than 5 lakh packages. That packages means plastic, sellotape, cover bags, etc. Very early on, we took a call to biodegradable packaging. Our sellotapes are also paper-based. Our boxes are e-flute. Now, how does this impact This decision has increased our costs, but it also has become a key indicator for many of our customers who talk about Go Desi, that being a sustainable brand. We have turned our customers to advocates, increasing word of mouth and therefore increasing customer stickiness. Step 3 is to offset the impact. We sell Desi Pops in wrapped coming in plastic. You must have seen some of you who had the product, they're wrapped in individual plastic. We're not able to move to biodegradable packaging yet because the technology is not here. So what is the next best thing? You could say that, I could stop manufacturing Desi Pops and therefore the business doesn't exist anymore. But the next best step is for us is to offset the impact. This is where we collaborate and work with organizations who are specialized in this field of sustainability, or let me say responsibility. Some examples, we recycle 500 kgs of plastic every month with the help of an organization called the Disposable Company. We have partnered with Kalpataru, which has planted more than 200 trees over the last 1 year, absorbing more than 100 tons of carbon emissions. Brings me to the last point, which is step 4, which is advocacy. To my mind, this is where the entire magic lies. This is where the action compounds. What Amul was able to do for milk cooperatives when it showed the entire world that it is possible to create an organization owned by milk farmers. What Arvind Eye Care was able to do with hospital clinics giving affordable eye care at less than 1/10 of the entire cost. And what Patagonia was able to do for fashion, eco-conscious fashion, we want to do it for packaged food. By creating a large organization which is sustainable, which is an example of a non-zero sum capitalism where every single stakeholder, right from our employees to our workers to the environment to our customers, every single win, we hope to inspire many other business models who would do the right thing. This is why I'm here, maybe to plant an idea in your head, and that is it is possible to build responsibly. It is a long way for us to go. As Robert Frost says, miles to go before we sleep. Thank you.